Can you build muscle and lose fat at the same time? Don't you have to bulk and cut? That's what you might think, but I went from 150 pounds fat to 150 pounds lean, and in this video I'm going to go over a better way to get lean and build muscle. I'm going to teach you how to do it, and I'm going to give you a tip that will transform your arms from cooked floppy noodles to frozen noodles. But before we get into that, why is this bulking and cutting philosophy even a thing? Why do people think that bulking and cutting is the best way to gain muscle and lose fat? Well, I think it's because people want quick results. You can be in a high calorie surplus on the bulk and gain a fairly good amount of muscle, but also a ton of fat. Or you can cut down pretty quick and get abs, but the consequence of that is you lose all the muscle you just built. Long term, bulking and cutting isn't the most efficient way to maximize muscle gain. You'll just keep yo-yo dieting and not know why you aren't gaining as much muscle as you wanted or losing as much fat as you wanted. I did this too early on. I bulked and got fat, and then I cut back down and got abs, but I had no muscle. After all this experimenting, I was kind of just going through the motions. I was eating like normal, going to the gym, kind of just enjoying myself. Then I discovered body recomposition. So what is body recomposition? Body recomposition is where you build muscle and lose fat at the same time. Yep, I said it, the same time. And everyone can do this. A common misconception is you have to be a newbie lifter to do this. You don't, but newbie gains does help. Body recomposition can also happen more prominently in people that took a break from lifting. They had a good physique, but stopped going to the gym and then came back to it. This happens because of muscle memory. Your muscle has memory for everything, and that includes the gym. It remembers what it used to be when it was muscular and everything, and then the muscles will come back twice as fast as before when you got that same amount of muscle. This happened to me around 2 years ago. I had broken my ankle and had to take a few months off of leg day. It was absolutely depressing because I love leg day. It's like the best day of the week. And for those of you who skip leg day, stop skipping leg day. It's amazing. But anyway, my legs absolutely exploded when I came back to it. It was pretty insane. Like, yeah, they just came back to what they were from before really quickly. Oh, and one more way you can easily make body recomposition happen is steroids. Don't do that, because it's bad. Okay, moving on. All of these things can tremendously improve the outcome of your body recomp. But there's one more thing that you need to know. Everyone can do this, including an intermediate lifter. And I'll tell you more about that later in the video because it won't make sense without knowing how to body recomp. To body recomp, you need to eat in your caloric maintenance or close to it. Your caloric maintenance is the amount of food or calories your body needs to maintain your current body weight. And to find your caloric maintenance, you can use a calorie calculator online. I personally use calculator.net, but it's up to you which one you prefer. I'll put their website in the description. You'll type in your age, height, weight, and sex. From there, you'll press calculate, and you'll look at the calories that you'll need to eat. It'll say caloric deficit, it'll say how many calories you need to eat for weight loss, and then you can scroll down and show the info for weight gain. And then usually, I think it says your maintenance calories as well, but I'm not 100% sure. If it doesn't show your maintenance, then take off 200 from the bulking calories. How far away from your caloric maintenance you need to eat depends on these next two things. If you're overweight, your goal is probably to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. To do that, you'll need to eat 100 to 200 calories below your maintenance. And if you're on the leaner side, you're probably going to want to gain some muscle and gain a little bit of fat. For this, you're going to want to eat 100 to 200 calories above your maintenance. These two things will allow you to maximize muscle gain and not gain as much fat or lose as much muscle. And while your body is changing, your maintenance calories are changing as well. And this is because your maintenance calories or total daily energy expenditure depend on 4 different things. The first is basal metabolic rate. Your BMR is the amount of calories your body burns throughout the day while doing nothing. You could be watching TV like I'm doing right here, or you could be eating food. Throughout the day, no matter what you do, you are burning calories. The second thing that total daily energy expenditure depends on is your activity level. People are going to have different activity levels at the gym. Not everybody does the same exercises, works out the same length of time, or does the same sets and reps. Activity level is super important for body recomposition because it gives your muscles the stimulus that it needs to grow. Even if you ate in a slight caloric deficit, ate a bunch of protein, and did everything quote unquote right, you still won't grow if you aren't training hard. That's why you need to continuously progress in your training. Keep getting better. Keep raising the weight, switch it up, and figure out how to train harder. The third thing that affects TDEE is the thermic effect of food. This is where your body burns calories just by digesting food. Different calories are burned depending on what food you're eating, but usually it burns around 10% of your total daily energy expenditure. That's not a big number in one day, but it adds up. You eat food 3 times a day, every day. So eventually it can affect your health and it can affect your weight long term. That's why you need to eat healthier foods and focus on your macronutrients, your protein, your carbs, your fat, your fiber. Eat healthier 80% of the time. Notice how I didn't say all the time. You can eat out like once a week. Just keep it in moderation. Everything in moderation, don't go all out. Don't do too little. Moderation is key. Now the final thing that affects TDEE is NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is the calories you burn while moving throughout the day, not exercising, just little movements. Like you are typing on your keyboard, that's burning calories, or you're fidgeting with your pencil, that's also burning calories. These small movements you do throughout the day burn calories. This all means, all of these different ways that burn calories through TDEE, that your weight is going to fluctuate day to day. Even if you have a weight goal, your goal is like 20 pounds down, it's still going to fluctuate in like a few pound increments. It's not going to be the same every single day. That doesn't mean you aren't making progress. You can't do the exact same things every day. We're not robots, we're human. You have to stick to the process to see the results. Bulking and cutting is slightly easier than body recomposition, I'll give it that. But long term, you'll see better results through body recomp. Now this next tip can make or break your body recomposition. If you don't do this, your muscles might stay floppy noodles and you won't make as much progress as you wanted. You should do your absolute best to get 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight in protein. An adequate protein intake allows for your muscles to recover faster and repair better after a workout. So if you aren't getting in enough protein, your muscles are being suboptimally repaired. You're like throwing gains out the window. This also means that you won't lose as much fat and you might actually gain more fat if you're, bulking. This is one of the many mistakes that I made in the past, so you can take my word for it, I think. As you can see here, I used to be really lean, like unhealthy lean. I wouldn't suggest it on anyone, it sucked. I had twigs for arms. That was the worst part. I wasn't even muscular. I was lean, but yeah, they were twigs. They were twigs. That's because I didn't eat enough protein. I feel like even if I was sub 8% body fat, if I'm eating a good amount of protein, I'll probably at least retain some muscle. But I was small. A way you can get in your protein intake easier is a pre-workout snack. I use them all the time. You can eat a protein bar, or you could have tacos with beans and egg whites. I eat these all the time. They're delicious. There's a ton of options for pre-workout snacks. Just make sure they're light and packed with protein and carbs. You need to get your protein in so that you don't develop noodle arms. I hope this video has taught you how to body recomp and some important things that will help you on when you recomp in the future. If you're still not sold on the amazingness of body recomposition, then go check out this video wherever it is, that will show you exactly how to properly cut and maintain your muscle while doing it. Let me know which tip you think will help the most, and have a great day.